And meant to be played at a high pace, Kevin. We've had periods where it's been a little bit more bump and grind, defensive oriented, but I like the trend that the game has taken on the last decade or so. Up and down, a lot of possessions, a lot of scoring, and a lot of entertainment value. I love it. I love the way the game is played now.
Couldn't agree more. Here are the five for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guards in. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. And it's Valančiūnas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Oladipo. Now, here's Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him to stay. Probably the most drama for a team known for not having any drama.
Now, here's Oladipo. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Leonard against Bogdanovich. Ibaka sets the pick for Leonard. Over Bogdanovich. Leonard with the bucket.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Collison against Lowry. Oladipo with a screen on Lowry. Green with the block. They get it back. Turner with a screen on Valančiūnas. Just 5 on the clock. Bogdanovich. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Bogdanovich, a player who has bounced around the last few seasons.
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy that spaces the floor nicely, Kevin. And he's got a toughness to him that I think was undervalued and underappreciated across the league. He can make shots off the catch and shoot or coming off screens. And he also showed himself to be a better defender than people thought he was.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Collison. And here's Oladipo. Sabonis' screen on Green. Oladipo shoots off a screen. Shot's good by Turner.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved in on-time, on-target passes.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Back to Lowry. There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer. Lowry's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
An almost perfect start to this game. 4 for 5. They're rolling.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Turner with the screen. At the top of the key, Sabonis. Sabonis' screen on Leonard. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Over Bogdanovich. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Sabonis sets the pick for Collison. Oladipo for 3. Valančiūnas grabs the board.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Leonard with the bucket.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Now you remember the big trade last summer, the Raptors dealing DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a protected first-round pick to the Spurs for Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. Toronto guys hoping to make a big run this season, obviously.
And with the uncertainty for how long Kawhi sticks around, Toronto is all in this year. Not an easy trade to stomach, but with LeBron out of the East, they have to feel like this is their chance. This is a make-or-break season for the Raptors, to say the least.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Kyle Lowry. Young with the steal. Pass to Evans. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Now, taking a look at some stats for O'Quinn, how he performed last season. He was around 7 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
Here's Powell. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Pacers in 5th.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
And he knocks down the first one. And the regular season officially begins. Most rookies around the league, Clark, will have their eyes wide open. I mean, wow, what an eye-opening experience to play with this speed, this talent. How nervous were you going back to that time in your life? How nervous were you on opening night?
Very nervous, really excited, but there were some butterflies that I had to work really hard at trying to get them to fly in formation because they were all over the place, Kevin. But ultimately, once you get out there and you break that first sweat or you get that first hit or bucket, then it simply becomes basketball. But prior to that, pregame meal, your nap before the game, the butterflies are doing their own thing.
Outside Holiday. Now the pass to Evans. 1:19 left to play in the first. Fades and misses it off the right side of the rim. Raptors leading by 7. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 10.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Here's the screen. Evans kicks to O'Quinn. Here's the dish to Holiday. Six to shoot for the 3. And Indiana, another 3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Powell. Shoots a 3. It's good from long range. 5 points in the game.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Now here's Evans, guarded by Powell. To the inside. And Holiday throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors bringing the... Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on...
I like to do all those little things running up.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over them, Greg. I mean, pounced on them, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Powell. Anunoby out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Siakam in at the center. Count it. Good. Miles has got his first bucket of the night.
Love the tenacity from Miles. Just simply skying up and finishing strong inside.
Pick by O'Quinn. Evans outside. Young sets a screen for McDermott. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. McDermott's got his first 2 points. Raptors leading by 5. Right wing. Right, the pass to Siakam. Back to right. And Siakam has it in the corner. Here's on an open. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Evans. And one thing that the Pacers struggled with last season and will have to answer this season, Clark, is finding a big man pair that works.
Well, you know what? You look at Sabonis and Turner, and they both have outstanding futures ahead of them, and didn't play as well together as you would like, but I think there's still time to see if that can be worked out.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Miles Turner comes in for Thaddeus Young. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for McDermott. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Tyreke Evans. Raptors also changing it up. Jonas Valančiūnas, he's checked in for Siakam. Ibaka comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Powell.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
Lowry against Oladipo. To the middle, Turner. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Turner's got 5 points so far.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's the screen. And Wright kicks to Lowry. Screen by Ibaka. Lowry passes to Miles. It's tipped. Passes to Wright. That shot, no good. So Indiana will take it the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, the Pacers have been a huge surprise since they traded away Paul George. Now, Coach Nate McMillan said, for us, it's about developing that culture and that identity, and we're still doing that. I think we're only starting to scratch the surface. Kevin?
No doubt, David, they've got some promising young players on that team. Thank you.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Pacers trail by 3. Bogdanovich wide open. And too long on the shot.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Right against Oladipo. Pass to Lowry. Right outside. 2 minutes. Oladipo with the block.
I think the athleticism of Oladipo is what makes him a plus defender who can actually get his share of block shots even though he's not that big.
Count that one. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well. He demands accountability. And his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball. And actually, it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
The Pacers making a change here. Collison's out there. Raptors also changing it up. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Jonas Valančiūnas. Green comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Fred VanVleet in for DeLon Wright. Sabonis kicks to Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. Turner with a screen on Lowry. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Oladipo.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Ibaka sets the pick for Green. He feeds it to Leonard. Count it. Leonard's got 12.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Collison kicks to Oladipo. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. That one goes in.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Oladipo against Lowry. Good on the 3-point shot. Lowry's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's Lowry's shot right there. Always looking to capitalize from that range.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Back to Collison. Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. The kick out to Oladipo. Again, Oladipo missing. Raptors leading by 4. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Lowry with the ball. He's got 6. Here's Leonard. Can't hit from 12. And so it's a close game as we wrap up. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 12 points and 2 steals. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively, their shot select.
And that wraps up the halftime.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Miles Turner out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And for Victor Oladipo, for so many teams, he was the second option on offense. But now, Clark, he's shown he is a full-fledged #1 option.
And you know the thing about that, Kevin, that's really heartening is his teammates love him being in that spot. And that speaks to Oladipo's unselfishness and character. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon both had great things to say about Oladipo's success leading the team. And again, just a credit to who he is as a young man.
Screen by Ibaka. The drive by Green. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's foul number 2 for him. Leonard against Bogdanovich. Now the pass to Valančiūnas.
Capable of guarding multiple positions, his lateral quickness allows him to guard both the post and perimeter well.
Lowry against Collison. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Screen by Sabonis. Teardrop shot. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Victor Oladipo. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Screened by Valančiūnas. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Over Turner. Ibaka, no luck.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Collison, the pass to Sabonis. Poked away. Lowry against Collison. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his 3rd foul of the game. McDermott's checked in for Bogdanovich. And then for Toronto, Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Anunoby subbed in for Leonard. Count it, good. And the Raptors lead by 4. Pacers shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Turner with the screen. Foul on the play, basket count, so it'll be a 3-point play chance. Dribble drive has never gone out of style, still a primary weapon when you think about some of the guys who are best at that. Who comes to mind, Clark?
Man, there are a lot of guys that convert off the bounce at a high level. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, one of the very best. I don't know if anybody has a handle as sweet as his. Harden is terrific off the dribble with the drive or the pull-up jump shot. Dennis Schroeder, maybe not of the ilk of those guys, but certainly a handful when he's got the ball in his hands with a live dribble.
knocked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics.
And you know, for that Hornets matchup, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Turner with the screen. Collison kicks to Turner. To the paint. It's tipped. Powell with the steal. Now the Raptors moving it up. Over Sabonis. Oh, that's blocked.
Outstanding defensive instincts by Sabonis. Really good timing when to rise up to reject shots.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's Evans in for Miles Turner. To the inside. Right, the pass to Miles. Here's on an open. The kick out to Wright. 6 to shoot. Miles with the screen on Joseph. And it's Wright missing.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen. Got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And stolen by Wright. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Miles. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Silky smooth stroke from Miles. I mean, always ready to shoot the ball when given the room, and sometimes he doesn't even need much room.
There's a good screen. Collison, the pass to McDermott. Siakam pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Yes, that goes in.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pacers trail by 8. And Joseph kicks to Young. Screen by Young. 1:52 left to play in the third. And that one drops for him. Young's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, ideally, you'd like Young to be playing closer to the basket, but I tell you what, if he's going to make that shot, you'll gladly take it.
Toronto calls timeout. And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. Gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
Raptors leading by 4. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. They set the pick. And the wide open shot from Miles. Bangs home the trifecta. Miles has got 9.
And quite honestly, Miles is excellent at nailing baskets off the screen. I mean, knowing he has the defense right where he wants them, off balance, chasing the play, that's when he makes them pay most.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Indiana. Raptors also changing it up. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Siakam. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for DeLon Wright. Here's Evans. He has 5. 1:03 left in the third quarter. And Holiday kicks to O'Quinn. Clock at 6. Evans up top. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Young sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Holiday. Van Vliet kicks to Miles. Ibaka with a screen on Bogdanovich. And it's Miles missing. Now Holiday fires the 3. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. And it's Valančiūnas in at the foul. Oladipo. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Pass to Leonard. Over Bogdanovich. Leonard, no luck. Pacers trail by 5. Outside, Bogdanovich. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And the wide open shot from Green. A three-pointer is right on target.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Holiday, the pass to Oladipo. Turner with the screen. Inside, the kick out to Holiday. Bogdanovich against Leonard. Fires for 3. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Bogdanovich.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Got a piece of it. Leonard against Sabonis. Feeds it to Valančiūnas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
Boy, Valančiūnas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
The Pacers making a switch here. Collison's out there. Valančiūnas hits them both.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the strike.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. Turner with the screen. Oladipo shoots off the screen. Tries again. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Turner.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Leonard kicks to Lowry. Screened by Valančiūnas. Lowry passes to Valančiūnas. And here's Leonard from 3. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense, and man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. And the foul on Jonas Valančiūnas. That is his first foul of the game. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. It's stolen by Valančiūnas.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Toronto.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. Or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Knocked away. Collison pitch to Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. Over Green. Oladipo misses.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
Leonard on the wing. Over Bogdanovich. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Lowry. And now a 12-point Raptor lead. Clark, there was a rules change not too long ago that promoted more help defense, less one-on-one defense. Good or bad?
I like it. Again, there's always going to be a premium on defending one-on-one, but positioning defenders where you can help better and more, I think it's trying to make sure the offensive side doesn't get too much of an advantage where the rules have gone in the past. So I think it's a nice balancing act for the game.
Passes it to Leonard. Over Bogdanovich. And it's Leonard missing. Indiana, they're working against the clock right now. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. .151 left here in the fourth quarter. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Turner with a screen on Leonard. Off the pick. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive.
Tough finish from Bogdanovich. He's got a nice big frame for a wingman.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Here's Lowry. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. And the shot is good. Leonard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I like how fast, how quickly he went up with the shot, realizing that his man had no chance.
Knocked loose. Here's Green. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. To the paint. Here's Turner, and Turner throws it down.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Toronto leading by 8. Left side Lowry. Here's Valančiūnas, and it's Valančiūnas finishing it off.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Raptors.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Evans dishes to Young. Outside Holiday. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the... David, thank you as always.